Every day I get messages from people who regret having given up the saxophone and want to get back into it. After hearing countless stories and working with thousands of students, I've identified the main traps that cause people to quit. And in this video, I'll show you how to overcome each one so you can bring back the joy, challenge, and community that makes playing the saxophone so rewarding. The first trap that could lead to giving up is what you're doing right now, watching saxophone YouTube videos. Now, don't get me wrong, I have learned so many things from watching YouTube videos over the years, and I want every video I make here to deliver real value to you. But whatever we learn on YouTube usually ends up being surface level. If we don't switch it off and go practice, we're not taking very much away. When I get serious about learning something, I go beyond YouTube videos and read books, take courses, or get one-on-one coaching. If you want to make playing the saxophone part of your daily life, find a good private teacher, join a quality online course or membership, and if you can, find local playing opportunities with other musicians. The commitment and structure will make an enormous difference in what you can accomplish and make it much less likely that you ever give up. But what if you're already doing some or all of those things, but still feel frustrated? Believe it or not, having so much information readily available can actually make the process more difficult and frustrating. Long before YouTube, I remember feeling overwhelmed by the vast amount of things I was supposed to be practicing. Every new tip or exercise just added to the pile, making it feel impossible to keep up. And honestly, I don't blame you if you've ever thought, why bother? I'll never get through it all. Here's the thing, you can't learn everything at once. You need a clear path, a set of steps that make sense for you. And honestly, there is a ton of stuff out there that you don't even need to learn. But without any guidance, it's impossible to know where to begin, what comes next, and what is safe to ignore. So let me make it simple. Focus on just 3 things, no matter your level or style of music: sound, rhythm, and songs. If you're working on those every day, you're probably on the right track and you'll actually enjoy playing enough to stick with it. But what if that's exactly what you're doing and you still feel like you're not getting anywhere? That was me for a long time. I practiced daily, but the mountain of things to learn made me feel like I was desperately trying to catch up to players far ahead of me in a race. And that was a huge mistake that almost made me quit. Stop holding yourself to an impossibly high standard. Stop comparing yourself to anybody else. The only comparison with any validity is where you are today compared to yesterday. Every incremental improvement is a win and can be all the motivation you need for a lifetime of enjoyment playing the saxophone. Everyone, even the greats, had to travel on the same path. Embrace whatever stage of the saxophone journey you're in right now. If you can do that, you'll actually learn a lot faster and enjoy the process so much more. But there's another mind shift you have to make if you want to avoid the biggest reason saxophone players give up. Have you ever told yourself, I suck at this, I'll never be able to play the way I want to? I did. Every time I played the saxophone, actually. Everyone does this to some degree, but the truth is beating yourself up doesn't help you get better. It just makes you more likely to quit. Here's what you must do instead. Stop the self-criticism. We only make mistakes when we try to do too much, when we get too far outside of our comfort zone. The simple solution here is to practice in the Goldilocks zone where things are slightly challenging, so you're always improving, but not so difficult that you're set up for constant failure. Once you figure that out, your practice wins go way up and your frustration disappears. This is exactly what I work on with every student in the Better Sax membership, and it's the single biggest change you can make for real progress and enjoyment. Nobody who's having fun while steadily getting better is going to quit. And if you want my help improving your saxophone playing over the long term, I put a link in the description for you to get started. And at this point, many people think, that's great, but I don't have enough time to learn the saxophone the way I want to. Who's got 10,000 spare hours? The 10,000 hour thing is a lie. It sounds good, but it's still not true. The amount of time you spend doing something is certainly important, but what is much more important is consistency. Who do you think will get better results? The person who practices saxophone 10 minutes a day, every day, or the person who practices once a week for an hour. It adds up to the same amount of time in the year, but that consistency compounds for massive wins. Make saxophone playing something you commit to for at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. That's easy and sustainable, even for very busy people. Most of those sessions will end up being a lot longer. And once the habit is formed, which only takes about a month, you'll be unstoppable. And that leads us to the next reason that people give up playing the saxophone. You're always alone. Music is a communal activity. Yes, we do need to spend a lot of time practicing on our own, but the biggest rewards come when we play the saxophone with other musicians in front of other humans. You have to actively seek out opportunities to be part of a community. If you're afraid, refer to reason number 4. Stop hating on yourself. You sound great. Go make music with other people, for other people, and have some fun. Without that, there's no point, and many people will just end up quitting. Now, you should go practice, but if you do watch another video, make it this one, where I show you how learning to sound great on the saxophone doesn't take as long as you probably think it does.